Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and this time is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to do my first story time video. I really didn't plan on filming today, as you can probably hear in my voice. I am a little bit under the weather, but it's okay because I got my tea here and I'm just gonna, sip on it throughout this video to try to make my throat feel a little bit better. Yeah, for whatever reason today I just felt like kind of playing with makeup, so this happened. I didn't film it, but I just sat down at my vanity and started playing. Anyway, so this video is going to be all about the time I went for my first Brazilian wax. And I just want to say, I know my grandma watches my videos and my aunts, so yes, this is about the time that I got my hoo-ha completely waxed. So I kind of just wanted to make this video so it could be informative for people, just because before I went for the wax, that's what I did. I looked up Brazilian waxes on YouTube just to see what people had to say about them, and I watched a whole bunch, and it just kind of made me feel better. I kind of knew what to expect. So I figured it wouldn't hurt if I went and threw my 2 cents out to the world. So I'm sure everybody knows a Brazilian wax is when you get all your lady parts downstairs waxed. And that includes everything. The bikini line is one thing, and then there's a Brazilian wax, which is everything, including the back door. So I guess if we throw it back months ago, honestly it might have been a year ago, my best friend, you guys know her name is Danielle. I've talked about her before, she's been on videos, but she was telling me about the time she went to get it done, and she's like, we should definitely go for your wedding. So I'm like, heck yeah, thinking it's gonna be so cool and so fun. I mean, I knew it was gonna hurt, but I was really excited for some reason. So leading up to it, I kept getting more and more excited. I was telling people about it at my job, and I told my mom I was gonna go, and of course Gary knew I was gonna go, and I was just really excited. I just wanted to see what the results were gonna be like. So we decided to go to the European Wax Center, and you guys probably have heard of those before. They're nationwide, all over, so there's actually a few in our area. And we went to the one, I believe it's the closest one to us. So we went on the Sunday before I got married. So Sunday, and then that following Saturday I got married. I wanted to go at least that far in advance just because I had heard from her and from a couple other people that they were sore for a few days after. So obviously I didn't want to be limping around in my wedding dress. So we decided to go almost a week before. So we go, we get there, everything's good, we sign in. I do want to tell you that I think they run a promotion regularly where your first one is super cheap. So mine was super cheap. I think it was only 23 bucks. Completely worth it if you ask me. So Danielle went back first, and she's oh, she just looks terrified, and she tried to warn me. She's like, girl, it is not fun. I don't even know why I'm going with you. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself again. Well, she told me it was worth it before, but then she was just I don't even know why I'm doing this. And I'm just I don't know. I was just really excited. I don't know why. So we go back, or I go back with my girl, and I wore a t-shirt dress, and she's like, so you're getting a Brazilian. And she really didn't look thrilled, which I mean, clearly, I'm sure if you're an esthetician that works there, you'd rather do eyebrow waxes than someone's vava. And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting a Brazilian. She's like, okay, just take off whatever you have on underneath that dress. I'm like, okay. So dropped my panties and just kind of set them on my purse. And then they have a doctor's table, you sit there and you sit on the edge and they hit your knee and your reflexes, that type of doctor's table. But it wasn't, yeah, it was completely laying down. She's like, okay, lay down and then sit butterfly. So I put my feet together like this, and then you open your legs. So you really can't be shy. It's definitely different than going to just a gynecologist. But I feel there you have a gown on and you can't really see what's going on. But here, my dress was almost it was pulled up to my stomach. I could just look down and see her just all up in my area. So it's definitely different than just going to the gynecologist. It's a lot more personal. So she's talking to me as she's mixing up the wax, and sorry. And so she's talking, and she's like, what are you coming in for? And as she's saying that, she's starting up at the top and putting the wax down. I kind of jumped a little bit because it's warm. It's not hot, but it's like warm. And then what they use, they don't use like the strip wax. Like they don't put the wax on and then put the paper on and pull it. They just use like, I think it's just hard wax. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, where they just put the wax down and then just pull the wax off once it's like dry. So since there wasn't a paper to grab onto, she had to grab onto the wax. So you kind of have to like pull up the edge like a little bit, a couple times. Ooh, girl. Like she pulled up that edge that first couple times and I'm just like jumping, like you think you're ready but you're not. So I'm like trying to carry on this conversation with her, but I'm sweating. Like she pulls it just a couple times and I just start sweating. So she rips it and I'm just like, whew. Like I like really made that noise. And she's like, yeah, I know, like it's a tough one, like especially since it's your first one, like it's gonna be a little tough. And I'm like, all right, like I'm all right, I'm cool. So she keeps going and she keeps talking, and at this point I'm just like I understand their philosophy, like she's trying to talk to me to distract me, but it's not distracting. Like, girl, you are down in my parts and you're ripping my whole life off of me. Like that's how it feels, like you're just ripping my life like out of me. Like you're not gonna distract me by talking. So I'm just like, I feel like I was like holding the pillow up here and I'm jumping, and as she kept going, she's like making her way farther down and I'm moving farther away. Like I'm like running away from her, and she like at one point she's like, all right, can you like scooch back down towards me? I'm like, I'm so sorry, but like my girl down there, she is scared of you. Like she's running away from you. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. While I was in there the whole time, all I could think about was like, shaving's really not that bad. Like no like razor bump in the world is worth this. I kept trying to tell myself like the end result is gonna be fantastic, but in that moment nothing was worth what I felt. I made the mistake of looking. Like she would turn around to get the wax and I would look down and there would still be hair down there, and I'm like, how? Like how? I feel like you've taken everything from me. I feel like you've taken like my pride, my soul, my dignity. Like you've taken everything. Like how is there some hair left? How? So I'm like really sweating, like armpits, mustache. I didn't wear makeup because I knew I was gonna sweat. Danielle warned me. Like everything was sweating. My back was sweating. I was just a hot mess. I was like, told her, I was like, it's really hot in here. And she's like, yeah, no, it's not. Like we crank our AC because people sweat during this. I'm like, okay. You kind of feel like you have wax in places that it shouldn't be. So she goes, all right, now flip over. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like I knew this was gonna happen because obviously Danielle told me and I've looked up Brazilian waxes. So I flip over and she's like, all right, just hold them open. And when she says hold them open, she's talking about your butt cheeks. So you're laying there like on your knees with your butt up in the air, holding your butt cheeks open for someone to put wax in it. And I'm waiting for her to hurry up and finish mixing this wax because my hands are so sweaty, like my palms are sweaty, that my butt cheeks are slipping out of my hands. So I kept having to like re-grip up on my butt cheeks to hold them open, like they didn't slip. So yeah, she waxed my butt crack. I don't know how else to explain it, but that happened. So needless to say, when she said, okay, we're done, I was jumping up off that table. Like I was so done. I was ready to get out of there and never ever see her again. So I put on my underwear and my shoes and whatever. I'm walking out and she walks behind me. This is important to know that this girl was behind me. And I have to walk down this long hallway to the lobby. So thankfully the only person waiting in the lobby was Danielle, and then there was like the girls like working behind the counter. But so I come around the counter and I'm standing there to like check out, and Danielle's like, Alexis. And I was like, what? And she gets up and grabs my dress. I put my underwear on and my dress was tucked inside of like my thong. So my butt cheeks were just hanging out the whole walk down the hallway with this girl behind me. Like, you just waxed my hoo-ha in my butthole, but you didn't feel like we were friends enough to tell me that my dress was tucked into my underwear? Like, what? Yeah, I mean, besides that, it was good. Like, me and Danielle went out to lunch after, and we talked about how traumatizing it was. I was sore, and you are still kind of sticky from the wax, and there's a little bit of wax, like, still on your skin. So I did go to the bathroom at the restaurant and take off my underwear and just put them in my purse because they were just, like, sticking, and it just wasn't comfortable. I was fine, though, like, a couple hours later. Like, I was fine by that evening. I know a couple people I talked to, like, they really were not fine for a couple days. Like, my one friend told me, like, be ready to be down for like 2 days at least. Like, she couldn't do anything, but I was honestly, like, fine by that night. I guess just, like, different people have different, like, pain tolerances. So I know that I said that while I was getting the wax, I, like, never wanted to come back there, and I never wanted it to happen again. But by the time we went to lunch, I was literally already talking about booking my next one, because, like, that's how great the results are. Like, it just looked so nice, and it felt so nice. And I can say to this day, it's still, like, I'm good. Like, I am actually planning on going, like, in a couple weeks. I'm gonna go again. They say that once you get one, like, if you want to keep up with it, it'll help. It, like, your hair starts growing less, and you, like, it doesn't hurt as much every time you go. But if you do go get a wax and then you shave in between, then you just, like, erase everything that you just did. Like, it's not good. It's not good to shave down there, I guess. Like, that's just the gist of it. Like, you should be just getting tortured with the wax instead. I do plan to go again, so I do think that it was really worth it. I don't really, like, have, like, any, like, facts and stuff I could tell you guys. Like, I know this really wasn't, like, an informative video. It was more just, like, a story time of my first time. It was traumatic and devastating, but it was also super great. So I know it's, like, I'm saying two completely opposite things, but seriously, I think that you won't know until you try it. So if you've been thinking about it, just try it. Like, just do it. You're not gonna die. Like, that's my thing. Like, it's gonna hurt really, 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 really freaking bad, but you're not gonna die from getting your hoo-ha wax. So yeah, that's it. I guess if you guys have any questions or anything, you can go ahead and leave them down in the comment section down below or something, or if you want to message me if you don't want to be all public about it. But I don't know, I feel like we can talk about this. We're friends. So that's it. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you want, like, any other kind of just random talking videos like this. And yeah, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you thumbs up if you liked it. And let me know, like, your experiences and stuff down in the comments too. That'd be really cool. What else? Follow me on my social media, and I think that's it. I guess I'll just see you guys in my next video. Mwah.